Individuals employed by the extremely affluent. What experiences or situations have you encountered? Worked for a one-owner business. Very successful mostly because of mid-level talent. The owner was barely present, we had offices overseas and he would travel constantly. The problem was when he got an idea, no matter how screwy it was, he expected you to drop everything and look into it. None of his ideas were realistic money makers. Usually, after a few months, he would move on to a new nutty idea and, hopefully, lay on someone else. Years ago I was employed by an Italian family who moved to California to tutor the wife and children in English. They lived in a huge mansion, they were rich. The man was an architect, and their bathroom alone was larger than my entire apartment. I made a point of using their bathroom at every visit so I could marvel at it. It was tiled in dark green marble. It had everything, and I knew I would never see such luxury in my life again. My old boss was very well off with old family money, had multiple houses, vacation house in the south of France, private jet, etc. I had to fly to a convention one time, and he upgraded me to first class on his personal account and said he did it for me so I could at least experience it once. To him it wasn't even couch cushion money, but to me it was a lot. Tell you what, I enjoyed the hell out of that trip. My favorite was a restaurant owner who came for an inspection and was talking about how dirty the parking lot was. Told me to call the fire department and have them come spray it off, and then told me to just give them a $10,000 donation or whatever. She also different visit made someone go cut the grass with a pair of scissors because it was 5 inches high, not inches like it was supposed to be. Crazy. My company was doing a remodel project in a $10 million home. Amazing homeowners to work with and everything was great. The weird part was the team of armed security officers they hired the entire time we were there. There were about 10 guys holding AR-15s all around the house. These homeowners were not public figures or anything. They obviously had some serious valuables in the home. Had me and his other tenants have a Hunger Games to win the chance not to pay rent for a year. Unknowingly entered me in a flirtatious prank war that ended with me falling out of his treehouse. Made me think I was going to be the chef of a new jazz club, only to learn later this was just a scam to get his little brother to lose interest in a property he wanted to flip. I worked building maintenance at a private school. At the end of the school year, and at Christmas time, one of the more prominent parents gifts everyone on the maintenance crew a $250 Amazon gift card. This past winter she decided to get us all Canada Goose mitts, snow pants and a toque. I fly private jets. The somewhat wealthy show up plainside in Bentleys or flashy supercars. The ultra-wealthy are often in a GMC, Toyota, or Volkswagen. The only high-end brands that seem somewhat prevalent for the folks in between are Range Rovers and the Mercedes G-Class. They got pissed off that I was making more money reselling their trash than they were paying me to do the actual job I was hired to do. Homie would entire server racks full of modern telecom equipment to the landfill because he didn't want to deal with storing them. She could afford a legal staff, myself included, for a time to visit her in prison every day and work on her criminal case, along with her many civil lawsuits. She ended up losing most of her money on the civil suits against her ex-husband. I work at a prestigious country club. Some members are great, tip well, and try to get to know you as a person. Other members will blow snot into a golf towel and throw it at your feet without acknowledging your existence. For me, I set up a party for a family out in the Hamptons that bought the house next door just to level it and set up a giant temporary party tent on the plot. Wild shit. Insisted the estate manager take a private boat ferry had stopped running for the night out to set the house thermostat at the right temperature. Human trafficking. I'm not going into more detail because the guy has ties to organized crime. This was at a legitimate business though. They were willing to spend nearly $1 million on a wedding. But you would never see them tip more than 10 at a restaurant. All I can say is business and marketing advice. The pay wasn't there, but it was the best experience. The quietest people have all the fucking money. They would get annoyed if they heard you breathing. His advice is well meaning, but he still doesn't grasp the disparity between his income and mine.